Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Shubhamdhar and I'm your developer advocate at DronaHQ. Today I'm thrilled to take you with me on a walkthrough video of DronaHQ platform where we are going to see that how DronaHQ actually helps you to build your app development much more faster, smarter and reliable. So whether you are new to this whole low code space or you are an experienced developer who wants to streamline their workflows, this video is for you. And you will see that how DroneHQ actually helps building tools and apps with easier configuration system and managing the databases and much more. So yeah, just get comfortable and let's just dive into this video. Okay, so once you log into your DronaHQ platform to the clouds, you will have this landing page. And right here, you can see that no matter what you have built on your platform of DronaHQ, it will be available right here, whether it's an app, dashboard, or widgets. Is quite new to this DronaHQ, which my personal favorite also because since DronaHQ helps you to have a team space working, so you can create your own folder to manage your applications, and you can also mark some of them as your favorites like with the small star, and this all will be visible right here. And then there's folders, templates. Well, you can build your app from scratch, but in case if you have something in your mind of a template and these can match your expectations like approval queue, inspection work order, and the internal connection blocks will be already set with some sample data. Stick to this video and in the end we will see that how a whole fully fledged app looks like on Drona. Okay, next we have widgets. So if you have multiple components being working on a singularly, widget is your thing. Okay, so that's there. In case if you want to create a new app, you can search, simply come here, click on app, dashboard if you want to create a new dashboard, form, widget, form template, form JSON, and folder. So this is like the centerpiece where you get all the activities have been done. On the left hand side, you can see that right after apps, we have connectors. So in the connector sections, you will get all the configured connectors like from your databases as well as third-party API integrations. And DronaHQ has two additional features. One is its own database where you can structure, create, and import your database. And next is file storage, which is basically like you can store your some of the files like images, PDFs, and other files right into DronaHQ Cloud. So you can see that in the file storage, we have different types of files. Like you can create your own folder. Then we have image type, data type, font type. Next part is database. So connect your own database into it, or you can just simply add your own columns to it. A very good feature if you don't want to get dependent into another platform and just want to truly keep your application on DronaHQ. Right here, you can see that on the create option, we have first is connector. Next is import from JSON. So in case if you have a connector already been created in a JSON file, you can just import it, or you can import it from a AWS cloud. So in the connector options, you get many options for databases like from MySQL to JDBC and even Tuna HQ's own RPC connectors. So it's like you can just, we have some cool like InfluxDB, SerialDB, Cassandra, MariaDB, you just name it. Not only it is limited to databases, we also have APIs. And APIs, we have GraphQL, gRPC, we have cloud, and some third party like ready APIs like Slack, Notion, where you just have to provide your own API key and give a name to your account, and that's it. Just click on save. It will be connected to your Slack account, your Notion account, your HackerRank account. And just in case if you have your own REST API created and you want your own database to be connected, you can just simply click here REST API and it will give you each and every option like from authentication, different methods like multi-step, API key, basic, OAuth, three-legged, JWT, client credential to like figuring out your different types of method, get, post, patch, head, and everything. And meanwhile, let me also show you like for MySQL and SQL also you can see that there are different options. You can either simply provide your connection string from your website from the account, or you can just provide your AWS region and then select a database. And for the enterprise model, we also have secret manager. Now in the secret manager is basically like we provide secret vaults where you can save your credentials which is not also in our hand to be viewed, so it is very, very, very much secure. And then you provide your host, port number, database name, and all these details, and just click on test connection. That's it. It will either send you a success or an error message that okay, you are facing some server side issue or just some internal issues. Cool. Okay. Now import. You see, just click on choose a JSON file and drag and drop it. Once you have like created your connector, you also have options to export these connectors. Like if you want to send this connector to someone else on a different uh, system. So you can do that. You can edit the permissions, you can edit its name and everything. You can change its environment. So right now we can see that there are different environment available like production, staging, development, and you can create your own environment too. You will be able to work around with different playgrounds of environment where you can test, try, and deploy. So next we have dashboards where like it is an add-on of DronaHQ features where where user can create a full-fledged dashboard having interactive UI and the connectivity to different databases with availability of many and many charts and layouts. So moving on to sheets, we have like you can see there are many sheets which have been already been provided here, but you can add your own sheet right from here. You have to just give it a sheet name and import click on import CSV. So whatever CSV file you have on your system, you can simply import it to your DronaHQ. So this helps when you have an application being run based on you have an attendance marking system which is being done on a CSV format. Moving on to automations, it is very much useful to create certain jobs at a certain interval or based on certain webhooks. So when you work with automations on DronaHQ, you get a nice option to add automation as well as import JSON. So let me show you. So this will open up uh, an automation builder page. And the first thing it will ask for whether you want it to be a scheduler, which will get targeted every time or every time the mentioned date get or the mentioned time gets made, or you want a webhook which will get triggered when an event is received. Now, in the ad block system, we get different automations block. We have the NetSuite database and file storage. You can provide an automation being carried out to those databases. And next one is connectors. So you can automate a connector query run. You can automate a connector search run. Next is REST API call. So you can automate a REST API call. You can automate a JS code functional, and then you can also add branches right here. This is, let me tell you, quite similar to action flow, which you'll see just in quite a few minutes. Great. So this is all about automations, which you can know more from our DronaHQ docs, which is available at docs.dronahq.com. And you can save this automation, you can publish this automation, and you can make it in use in your day-to-day life of application building. So next one is PDF Creator. Okay, so this is also an add-on which is quite interesting and very much useful if you are working with an application with receipts or sending mails. That's there that we can rename, duplicate, and all these PDF files, but you can also create a PDF template right from it. So uh, we do provide some of the already built templates, like we have sales invoice, employment contract, sales contract. So the interesting and the best thing about is that this is the template of the whole PDF, but you see that we can use keywords or variables to pass arguments or pass data later on. So it's like wherever I provide this price one value as 10, it will give the whole 10 value right here. Now, this makes it interesting when, let's say, if you are building an application and someone is trying to make an order from it, each user will create different order, different quantity, different amount. And based on that, you can iterate through it and create different PDFs. All you have to do is pass the argument through this variable like client, company, price, quantity, and subtotal. And you can also make changes to it. Select from the page size, orientation, margination, and also, see, right here we have the variables. Now, we have mentioned all these as text variables, and we also have image variables. So you can just put up the sign right here. So if you have a sign image, you can upload it into the PDF directly. And yeah, and finally on the left hand side we have manage users. So the name suggests that is it. So in case if you like you have a vast team, you can manage the users, you can add users, you can select on which groups and exactly what roles to give it. It actually, like you can say, the crux of DronaHQ, making it easy for better team development, team dependencies. That's it right there. And on the settings part, is actually we have different extensions. So you have function editor. So you can write your own functions right here and make it available on DronaHQ. And next we have control editor. You have a control already available on DronaHQ, but you want to edit some with your own features, you can do it right from here. It uses JavaScript and Coffee.js as the library. If you are well versed with it, go on, try it, and create your own control. And next is control designer. It is like something designing a whole control from small blocks. And also it gives you an idea to add your own basics components like text, in navbar, and images. And if that's not what you want, not getting exact outcome, you also have an edit code option. So whether you have your HTML, CSS ready in your sandbox, just copy and paste it here. The whole component or the control is ready for you to be used on DronaHQ. All you have to do is save it and then publish it, the component. And then we have different analytics to understand about the workflows being created on DronaHQ, about the apps being created on DronaHQ, as well as all the automations being created on DronaHQ. And then we have account settings like general and security, domain and branding. You can work around the domains and create the whole branding of your DronaHQ login page. You can select its own color, own image, icons, and logos. And when I'm talking about color, we also have theme configuration, which is like quite interesting to work if you are a developer or you're a marketer, because if you want a dark theme, you can just select from it. If you want something of your own, you can just create your own theme, like just click on plus item, select from it, and then create. Okay, and then we have different integrations, and this integrations is like much more additional features which we have, or the connections of third-party integrations which requires additional keys. So like we have OpenAI account, and then we have Stripe account connect to Zapier and SSH key management tool. Now you can add your own keys right here, provide your key name, paraphrase, and like key pair type you can select from it, or you can simply import a key. So you can choose your .pem file and provide it right here. On the right side, we have one-click ready-made options for application creation, for dashboard creation, for form building and connector. So if I just click on this plus connector, it will directly open up me the options to connect to these whole databases and APIs. And similarly, if I just click on this plus app button, it will open me up a new application builder with a basic name of app and then some number, like you can see right here, app underscore 107. This will be a basically blank app for like clean slate for you to start with. And similar with we have automation and build an app with AI. So this is a beta feature. It's like will help you to generate your whole app using AI, and you just have to provide your the name for the app and a type like what kind of app you are building. For now, you can select from expense tracker, attendance, to do and anything. And if you want, you also have a toggle to enhance your app creation with OpenAI, but you have to make sure that If you have some database to be connected, it should be configured and you can select from here. Okay. Now, if I click on this plus form button, it will open me up a full-fledged form builder where I can create a form directly from, let's say, databases, like selecting the connector and let's say author, right? And I want a form with author, ID, name, last name, and all this. That's it. Just, just see how a form has been created for me, and you can just publish it, and it will be available to be used on in your any of the application further. Form you can also create from scratch. I've used it to create it from databases. Now we'll see what we have in our app builder. So this is like the app builder. Let me open a new screen. So it will look something similar to this. Like on this in the center, you have to work with different components, different controls, and everything. And on the left hand side, we have to select from screens and to add screen options, pop-up, menu tree, work on each of these segments individually and connect them as a navigation system. It can be through click to navigation or it can be through action flows too. Okay, so next is controls. Now we have many controls and some of them under features, basics, selections, button, native, date time, advanced. The most like the star uh, control of DronaHQ, I would say personally is table grid. I mean, there are many other controls from media to input to output controls, but this table grid is just combination variation of everything. Like you can use it as data display. You can use to add data to your database via this particular interface, and as well as you can perform different queries like sort, filter, and everything. Now, to work more with the controls, you just have to drag and drop the control. And then on the right hand side, you have this properties section. Okay, just let me first thing is about its content. Now, content can either be static or you can also provide a dynamic value. For static value, you can, if you have it with you, you can just copy and paste it right here. But make sure you follow the expected format right here provided. Like it will tell you that what is exactly been expected as a content for this particular control. So it is array of objects. Make sure you provide array of objects, whether is it static data as well as dynamic data. And for dynamic data, click on quick select and you get all these options. So keywords is basically like if you have different sort of keywords being already available or you want data from different another control, you can do that too. Data from a logged in user, you can do that too. And if you want to get the data queries already being available right here, I will show you just after this what like where and what data queries are. Okay, and then we have connector query libraries, custom JS, DronaHQ database. So if you have database right here, you can select from that. And then we have sheets and formula. So let's see if I click on database right here, it will open me up this whole data query section. Now, data query section, you can get it directly from left-hand side right here, data queries, where you provide a query name and then you decide when you want to run the query. Then finally, you can write your own SQL or you can work with UI. You can just simply click here, select start from public environment and click on test. Once you click on test, it will provide you the result. And if you have many response, it will truncate you to, I think, 15 to 20. Uh, yes, it is to 15 entries. And yeah, you can now use it. Just click on save. It's query 4. So I'll just click on save. Successfully cross. Now let's see what's the changes. If I just write here query 4. So I'm using this particular keyword to fetch the data from the DronaHQ DB using the data query which I just created. And yeah, right here. You see all the details. Awesome. So this is all about the content, and if you want to have like a different formatting of the data, you can also do it right here, draw coloring data formatting, and you get all the add-ons for table grid. And then you have simple properties for appearances like theme, color, font size, font width, and then advanced have external CSS. Now, some of these properties are common for all of the controls, like external CSS, trigger dependence, and caching fit height to screen. So you can find all it on the right hand side in a very small box. Great. And moving to data queries. So we just saw how to, it is providing me options like connect a query, library, REST API, custom JavaScript query, JSON using SQL, variable DQL. So DQL is also like DronaHQ query language, and DronaHQ dashboard, DronaHQ file storage, PDF creator and folder. All these options you are you will be able to write queries for these. So let's select, PDF creators. So get PDF or get PDF URL. I want to get the PDF. So you can select from the template ID, cancel, right? And you can provide the PDF name and it will get you the PDF. You can write your own data queries right from here. You can also do that from connectors right here. Like if I click on add query, it will open up the query builder. But it is much easier to handle the queries with respect to the application you are actually developing. So DronaHQ provides you the full control of the application from a single window screen, which doesn't allow or make it necessary for you to transfer to different screens at once. Okay. Now, next we have rules and validations. If you are working with forms, if you are working with KYCs or data entries, you can add your own rules and validations. It is simply like a UI provided where you can select if and else cases, and if the true condition is true, you can add some options like you can hide, show, set state, remove state, and other things. Followed by we have connector library. So uh, you get all the library options, whatever apps available on DronaHQ. Next, we have sheets to have a quick view, all the sheets available on DronaHQ. And yeah, that's that's all about the components provided from DronaHQ to build your application. Next, we have the settings for this. Like the first part is release and history. So one of the crux of DronaHQ is to maintain, it helps you to maintain its versions. Like in case you have already deployed a version, you can work on a different version and roll back to the previous version and have a whole series to watch through like different release histories. Since this there are no further versions for this particular application, it is showing no versions as of now. You can add custom scripts also, like you can add tag scripts, you can import library JS libraries. Like it is very easy. You just have to like get the URL and click on import. Like I just imported a library of WebSocket using this. And then we have JS objects. So this is like defined here for the available across the whole app. Okay, next we have preview settings and other options like query strings. You can add your own query strings here to be passed when you are performing any embed. And then we have styling, localizations, and routing. You can know more about these routing features from our DronaHQ talks, where I have explained that how you can use multi-level of routing through different screens or pages. And then again, we have theme for this particular and connector health. It is ready. You can preview the application right from here. Like whatever you have created as of now, it will be showcased. And on the top, you can see that you can change from different users. If you have multiple users logged in, you can select different screens to select from. Like if you want to navigate to screen 2 directly, you can also see or you can check that how your layout looks in a responsive manner of mobile. And then you can also select from that mode, light mode, dark mode, and we also have logs. So this logs section is basically a part for like a debug tool, which helps you to understand like, okay, see, this query has been run and the status is 200. It took 22.7 seconds. And you will see that the whole timeline has been provided. Okay, to prepare the data, it took this much time. To for the backend, it took this much time. This is helpful when you have multiple APIs or multiple connectors being triggered at once, and it will show you that what all dependencies it has. Like if I just go back to logs, you see that this is the request, and you will see also what kind of response you are getting from the endpoint. So in case you are facing an error, you don't need to go to different testers, or you don't have to transverse through the whole console log. You can just simply click here and check what the response you are getting, what is the request you are sending. Next, when everything is done, you just have to publish it, provide it some name, and it will start from 0.01 version. You can increase the version of your own, and then you can share it with your peers and fellows. Now, let's see how it will look like when you have the whole app ready on DronaHQ. So I have this DronaHQ dashboard ready right here. You'll see that the whole UI is based on small components being arranged at different orders. And we have this dashboard, we have this numbers, we have also some charts components, and then we have control this our table grid. So it has some data formatting being done. So I'll show you how it's. So if I just go to its orders and click on raw color and data formatting, you'll see that column tags has been changed and ship modes has been given as single tags. So this single tag is providing this particular layout changes. These small things creates your app, build your app one step closer to perfections. Shipment details and update shipping button. So if I just double tap on it, it will open me up the whole action flow. Now you can either double tap on that, or you can just click on the button, click on events, this particular, and click on button click. So on button click, between start and end, you can add whatever events you want. So from DronaHQ services to logics, navigate, app, data keywords, and some native actions, which is very much useful if you are building a mobile applications like flashlight, open or read file, download files from certain locations of your mobile storage. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you understood how DronaHQ helps you to create your application faster and smarter with easy